He's out of the ring! Wait.
Looks like you're the one with nowhere to run.
It's a blowout.
No, it's not. It seems that Hitfellow is beginning to adapt to Dispo's speed now.
Are you sure?
He fell! He's out of the ring! Wait.
Looks like you're the one with nowhere to run.
It's a blowout.
No, it's not. It seems that Hitfellow is beginning to adapt to Dispo's speed now.
Are you sure?
He fell! He's out of the ring! Wait.
Looks like you're the one with nowhere to run.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to McDaniel Stadium, home of the Campbell Spartans, who welcome in the Pace Knights tonight on this senior night. Two very well-rounded teams, both with only 2 losses and a draw. Campbell with 6 wins, the Knights with 7. Both teams undefeated thus far in Region play. Spartans in 7A Region 2 and Pace in 4A Region 5. Spartans welcome them in for the last non-region regular season game of the year. I'm Nicholas Claus. I'll be joined by Caleb Creary. Thanks for joining me, Caleb.
How are we doing? Happy to be here. Yeah, we have 2 teams that have similar records. Anything could happen here. Both teams playing at the same pace or different paces, and we'll see what happens.
Take a quick look at the starting lineup for the Spartans we've got going tonight. At 0 will be Avery Graham. Number 1, Ava Cook. Number 2, Kayla McMillan. Number 3, Emma Sim. Number 4, Rachel Knight. Number 10, Lucy Yazo. Number 14, Kate Dabson. Number 16, Remy Baston. Number 18, Mia Mitchell. Number 20, Udochi Nkwacha. And number 22, Brooke Suttle. So once again, that's Graham, Cook, McMillan, Sim, Knight, Yazo, Dabson, Baston, Mitchell, Nkwacha, and Suttle. And we are set to go. A little bit of a delayed start here. I had to wait a couple minutes to get going here due to the official showing up late. Now we're just waiting on the go-ahead.
Recognize some of our seniors. It's senior night. We have Remy Basin, Brooke Suttle, Mia Mitchell, Rachel Knight, Kate Dabson, Emma Sim, Gregorio, Lucy Yazo, and Ava Cook. That'll be it for the girls.
We'll get into the boys later on tonight. They're celebrating senior night as well, but we seem to be ready to go as the Knights take the field and Spartans coming in shortly thereafter. Both teams looking to continue their winning ways. Spartans especially looking to do that well here on senior night. Players with a lot of experience. They're calm under pressure, ready to show it off tonight. It's a bright start, more bright than usual due to the time change happened a couple weeks ago. Usually the sun would be pretty much, set by now, but it'll be an issue for about the first half as it sets below those trees to the right. Spartans will kick off first, going left to right.
Perfect weather for a soccer match.
Not too cold, not too hot, not much wind, especially compared to some of the other games we've seen this year. Waiting for them to present the ball here. I don't know what's taking them so long. Now we're finally look like we're ready to go here. Set that ball up right in the middle of that Spartan logo. Mitchell's going to do the kickoff. Just waiting for the whistle to blow. And the game to begin. All right, and we're finally underway. On way down the field, another start already, looking for Baston. Couldn't control it. Goes right out now. Pace taking it back the other way. Bad throw in, or bad touch off the throw in. Cook almost got a run on it. Knight's already getting confined early. Now they've got some space to work up. Nice defensive play by Rachel Knight there. Makwacha going back to Subtle. Subtle to McMillan at the top side. McMillan trying to go to Dabson. And it's taken the other way by the Knights. This one sent towards the middle of the field. Try to go back down to the bottom. That one's taken. That's Knight. Knight to Dabson. Dabson back to Baston. Baston to Knight. And Knight tried to cut it right back, but has it deflected and knocked out of bounds. Throw in from Knight goes down to Cook. Was it taken from her, and now the Knights work backwards. This one booted Wade on the field. Off the foot of McMillan, popped up. It's Mitchell with a header. And now Yazo gonna go to Sim. Sim breaking away towards the goal. Got too hard of a touch on that one though. And it goes out of bounds. Now Pace bringing it up the bottom. Trying to sneak it through. Good pass there. Yazo's there to break it up. And have it going back the other way for the Spartans. This one up ahead to Cook. Nice touch looking for Bison. Worked it back towards the middle. Trying to get it past two Knight defenders. And could not.
It's a good way. Shelton made it out that corner. It was picked off by Cook.
This one all the way back to the Spartan keeper, Graham. He's going to send it down to Knight at the bottom. And working back, trying to get back up the field. Now it's Dabson. Goes to Mitchell. Mitchell to McMillan. McMillan back to Sim. Sim, nice touch back to McMillan. McMillan with a little bit of a run now. Too hard of a touch. It's kicked out of bounds. It'll be set up for a pretty good throw-in for the Spartans.
Kate Dabson, the senior. See how she set up her teammates. Already envisioned what she was going to do with the ball.
Some contact that looked like it was Cook who hit the turf. No whistle blown. Knights have it coming back the other way. Yazo in pursuit. Couldn't get it. Now Knights have it worked back towards the middle, but Suttle's there. Nearly trips over the ball, but does get it. Try to go back to Yazo. Now Knights have it back. Taps in there with the defense. Couple of nice passes. That one well defended by McMillan. Now Yazo just trying to gain control. Gets it to Subtle. Subtle up the field to Dabson off one touch. Dabson to Knight. Knight up to Baston. Baston back to Dabson. Dabson to Yazo. Couple good dribbles. Try to cut it up ahead as Yazo looking for Cook. That one too far over her head. It's just right back to the goalie. A bad pass. And it goes right out of bounds. Another good throw-in spot for the Spartans.
Knight showing some good defense so far in these first couple of minutes, but at the same time, the Spartans were able to get some good passes off.
Knight with the throw in, looking for Cook. Cook cuts to Byston. It's taken by Dabston instead. And that one just kicked away back down the side of the field. Will go out of bounds. Knight to throw it in. Looks to Cook. Cook sends that one towards the goal. No one there. Or any sort of a rebound. It's just taken, collected, and sent back out by the Knights keeper. Deflected by Mitchell. Cook gets it up to McMillan. McMillan working on a little bit of a run to the outside now. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be a corner for the Spartans. Oh no, excuse me, it was last touched by the Spartans. It'll be kick out for the Knights. As we're trying to go to Cook. Well defended by the Knights. Absent there with a good contest. This is slow any forward progress down. Knights have to work backwards, and they work all the way back to the keeper. Sent out to working towards the middle, now back towards the bottom. The Knights finally pick up some territory, but it's taken right away. Absent works up looking for Cook. It's intercepted. Yazo gets in there with a contest, a good contest. It gets out to Mitchell. Now Mitchell up to Cook. Cook with some space. Goes down to Remy Baston. Remy Baston with a run and some space. And couldn't get a good touch. Trying to work back towards the middle. It was Mitchell who was there.
You know, Cook always has the vision. Definitely shown after that assist from the last game, leading to the goal scored by Mia Mitchell.
That one just saved from going out. That's Shelton. Now Knights finally get a good run, get some positive field position, but once again, anytime they get any of that, it's immediately taken away. Serious contests deep into Campbell territory thus far for them.
No team seeming to really get a run here so far.
Barnes have definitely gotten the closest though.
Yeah.
2-3. Couple good moves down, threatening towards the pace box. Again, another run getting developed for the Knights. Tried to go down, hit off the back of somebody, I believe. It was Adair Smith. Didn't even see the ball was coming. And shuts that run down. So once again, any form of control the Knights get is taken away immediately. Now it's Knight. Gonna go to Baston. Baston tried to get it back to Knight. Knight comes away with it. And now has it stolen. And Knight's working back down the other way. This one's going to be Nikwacha, just going to send it back to Graham. Graham almost with a bad touch there, but manages to save it, gets it to Subtle. Subtle up, looking for Cook. It's not there. Now it's Mitchell. Mitchell bringing it up, defender closing in. Good move. Trying to go to Baston. It's deflected, sent back out. Mitchell trying to get back there. Can't get it, but Yazo's there. We'll get it. Nice move. Got it up to McMillan. McMillan tried to sneak it by, couldn't, but it's Sim with a good touch. Sim to Cook. Cook working to McMillan, a nice pass. McMillan now with some space and a run. McMillan to the center of the field, tried to go to Dabson, but it's well defended. That's sent back out. Second kind of run like that Spartans have had in this early first 10 minutes.
And Cook's always the one setting them up. She really knows how to notice people ahead of the field.
Throw into Cook, trying to go to Mitchell, but it's intercepted, and Knights send it back, but it's kicked over the heads of everybody. But a good run now for the Knights. 1-on-2, a shot, but deflected by Nakwacha. These Knights players aren't really getting back on, they're not really pressing the attack. It's usually just 1-2 players that are down trying to make the plays. Like, look at this. Now they've got some help coming in, but nobody really getting in a position to score.
A little run by Alex Ibarra is probably the closest they've been so far. They would have beat the 2 players, but not the goalie.
Throwing over the head of Subtle. There's contact by a Knight. And now it's Sim there to just kick it away, hit the reset button. That's going to be Yazo trying to get it up to Cook. Not a very accurate pass, but Yazo's got it back going the other way. Going to go top side. It's Sim, excuse me. And that one's kicked away out.
Good job by Yazo killing that play in the corner, getting the ball out of that area.
A throw in coming. McMillan throws it in to Dabson. Dabson back to McMillan. McMillan works back out to Yazo. Yazo to Knight, bottom of the field. It was a rocket of a pass. Knight had to keep that one in bounds. Couldn't exactly get control of it.
Bounce off her foot there.
Now it's Dabson to Cook. And again, and they will call a foul on this one. It's the second time Cook has been knocked to the ground. They didn't call a foul the first time, but they do this time. Now it's Knight. This one fired on the goal. It's saved and deflected.
A little light on that one. Mia Mitchell was showing that she's definitely a striker, one of the strikers on the team last game, off the assist from Ava Cook, hitting in the goal from the pass.
Subtle making contact with the header there. Sending it back to the right side. It's sent back, however, by a Knight. Another good defensive play by Subtle. Oh, it's Yazo with it. Work backwards to Nakwacha. Nakwacha to Subtle. Subtle up to McMillan. This one all the way back to Graham. Only second time she's had to touch the ball tonight. Now it's the Knight. That one's tipped out of bounds by the defender. Knight will just throw it in. Try to go to Cook, but it's deflected. Knight just going to get it back and work it back to Nakwacha.
She kind of just lost it there.
Be a foul on the Spartans there. They're first. Only the second whistle of the game. Drew Martin will make the kick. And a rocket going to be sent all the way down to the goal. Not accurate though, and nobody there. It's going to go out.
I have a few substitutions in for both teams. I think Haley Miller and for Rachel Knight. Naquasha in for Sims.
Spartan substitution. Number 8, Haley Wilson. Number 13, Sydney Mitchell. And number 19, Chelsea Taylor.
Couple of subs for each team. Now back to action. It's Dabson. Dabson gonna flip it up. That is Knight who was up there. Now it's Yazo. Excuse me, not Knight. That was Wilson. Working it back. That is to Suttle. Suttle's just gonna go back to Graham. Graham sending it to McMillan. McMillan to Naquacha. Naquacha to Yazo. Got it by 2 defenders. Now working up the field, trying to go to Taylor. Couldn't get it. It's back to Mitchell. Mitchell way up the field looking for Sydney Mitchell. No control taken. That's a good defensive play by Dabson. Gets it by now only 2 defenders in between her and the net. Tried to get it up to, that's Taylor up there. Couldn't get a good touch on it. Quacha to Yazo. It's kicked to the bottom. McMillan cutting it off. Going to get there and send it up the field. Flips it up ahead. Looking for Taylor. Couldn't get it, but a deflection goes to Sydney Mitchell. Trying to get it through. A whistle blown. Nearly an own goal. And it's just barely saved. Wow, that was at the last second. That one was kicked out. A bad play for the Knights. Spartans have it back out though. It's to Wilson. Wilson to Suttle. Suttle to Mia Mitchell. Now down to McMillan. McMillan flips it down to Sydney Mitchell. Trying to go back to McMillan. And it's stays in bounds somehow. Deflected off 3 different players. Now Knights have it working back. One deflected by Naquacha. Yazo to Dabson. And that's going to be a foul. It was on Caitlin Souza. Just subbed in for the Knights. Spartans go quickly off the foul. To Dabson.
It's a good save by the Knight. The goalie not really present, but 22 Alex Abira being able to kick it out.
That's McMillan. McMillan to Mitchell. Mitchell leaving her way through 2 defenders and goes back to McMillan. McMillan now bringing it where the right. It was deflected as McMillan tried to fire that one towards the middle of the field.
A defensive play by Casey McKay. Making sure that didn't go anywhere else.
This one up to the top corner. Graham going to be there to cut it off though. McMillan looking for Mitchell. Finds the way to Sidney Mitchell. Goes to Taylor, who tried to go right back to Mitchell, but too strong on the pass. Go out of bounds.
Yeah, good idea, but didn't get the right touch.
Throw in well defended. Taylor, I get the best touch on that one. Set him up for a run there. Couldn't execute. Now the Knights have it going back the other way. It's by one defender, Subtle. Shot on the goal and just past the dive. Stretch dive of Graham, but it goes out of bounds.
Good way to get past the defender to say a decent shot off the Knight.
Nakwacha to McMillan, back to Nakwacha. Just looking for anybody open, just trying to take some space. Barnes just trying to get out of there, and it's going to be another kick from the box.
So the Knights picked up the intensity just a tad bit. Weren't pressing like that the first minutes.
Graham looks like she's just going to boot this one away instead of going short, and she does. Way down, it's Cook there, makes first contact. Nobody else there, though. Knights have it coming back. Couple of good passes. That one gets away, though. It was Wilson. Wilson to Dabson, up to Taylor. Taylor trying to get it back to Wilson. Has it taken away. Now it's Yazoo who just finally clears this one away to Taylor. Taylor, a good move to reverse field. No one there for her to pass it to. Now it gets to Dabson. Dabson to McMillan. McMillan back to Dabson. Dabson to Mitchell. Mitchell to Yazoo. It's to Wilson on the top side, who has a little bit of a run. Kicks it up ahead. Looking for Taylor to meet it there. Not going to. It's defended and sent back the other way. It's a nice deflection for Subtle, though. And that one got out of bounds, so it'll be a Spartan throw-in.
Good deflection at the Knights' goal by Subtle, making sure nobody else got to that ball.
That one's sent out of bounds. Another sub coming for the Knights. It's their third of the game. Probably goes over everybody's head and goes right to Brooke Subtle. To Yazoo to Wilson. Wilson right back to Yazoo. Nice move. Now in the right direction. Versus Fields again, and Yazoo looking for McMillan. McMillan had it taken from her, though. Didn't see the defender there. Now it's worked back towards the middle. Knights trying to work in some space, but it's Yazoo there to take it away. Yazoo bringing up the field now. Stops, slows it down. Just gives everybody on the Spartans time to catch up. Goes right back to Yazoo. Kicks it back again. Goes back to Nakwacha. Nakwacha will go to Mitchell. Mitchell to Wilson. Wilson to Cook. And again, they're going to call a foul. That was Alexia Ibarra, who got called with a whistle that time.
It's easy to recognize the work that Lucy Yazo is putting in defensively and offensively.
Now she's set up for the free kick here. This one kicked high to Subtle, who makes contact. Try to get a kick on it. It's well defended, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll be kicked out of the box by the Knights.
Good job by the Knight being there before that kick.
This one kicked away. Good touch by Wilson to, now it's Cook. Cook works it back to Mitchell. Mitchell going across to McMillan. McMillan working towards middle of the field. I don't know if that was a shot or a pass. If it was a shot, it was off target. If it was a pass, there's nobody there. Again, it's just collected by Goodman, the base keeper. This one punted high. It's going to be Subtle with a good header there. Dabson trying to make second contact and gets it to McMillan. McMillan working, flips it to Sidney Mitchell. Mitchell up ahead, try to get to Dabson, but it's knocked away. As we're there in some contention, and it goes to McMillan, back to Yazo. Yazo trying to get at the field. A bad touch turns it over. Spartans get it back quickly though. Watch it to Wilson. Wilson to Mitchell. Now back to Yazo. Right back to Nakwacha, goes to McMillan. Near side of the field. Right back to Nakwacha, more towards the middle. Trying to go to, looked like she was trying to go to Mia Mitchell, but couldn't. The pass on target. This one, however, sent all the way back to Pace's box just to be kicked back out. When shut down, it's Cook with a good touch, goes to Wilson. And also trying to get away, but it's deflected. That was by Maya Reese.
You can tell that the Knights definitely picked up their defense. Spartans doing decently good working with that, getting off passes off of that pressed up defense. It's like McMillan just going straight forward in these last couple of punts by her.
Coming in for the Knights, number 9, Addison Brooks.
About a fourth of the half left. Still nobody to draw first blood. It's Mitchell trying to work through some contact to get the ball. It goes to Dabson. Dabson back to Yazo. Yazo to McMillan, who's got plenty of space, but it's closing quickly, going to Sidney Mitchell, bottom of the screen. Mitchell back to Yazo. Yazo pressing the attack. Gonna work backwards to Mitchell. Mitchell to Dabson. Dabson at the middle of the field. Is well defended and sent back the other way. Now the Knights with a little bit of a run here. 2-1-2. Graham's away from the goal, and it's sent back to the middle and across, and it's into the net for the first goal of the game, belonging to the Pace Knights.
Good job for the Knight getting it to number 20, Drew Martin, to kick it in for the goal.
First goal at 10:34 left in the first half. Did they call that off? Okay, so they did call that goal off on offside, so that's wiped off. So score still 0-0. This one sent out of bounds. I didn't see the flag raised. Whoever's blowing the whistle's not blowing it very loud, so. Didn't get any indication on any form of call, but the score still at 0-0. Now it's Dabson here. Trying to go down low. There's Sidney Mitchell. I think that one might have been shot too far in front of Mitchell. It'll be sent out of bounds.
Like the way Dabson received that pass with the two people on her and got past the two defenders. Unfortunately, she didn't get it off to Mitchell.
Entering the game for the Spartans, number 23, Maya Dolan.
Maya Dolan will sub in for Sidney Mitchell. Dolan's first time into the game today. Taylor with some contact. Dolan already with a shot. This one right into Goodman's hands. And sent back out. Now it's Wilson going to step up and get it to Cook. Cook trying to work it back. Does find some space. Working it back to Dolan. Well, trying to go back to Dolan. It's defended. Now this one's sent out. Dolan will pass it to McMillan. McMillan will go back to Dolan. Dolan trying to be the first there in a race. And it's sent out of bounds.
Looks like a perfect shot from here by Darlin, but Lexi Goodman, the Knights keeper, was able to catch it.
Two more subs in for the Knights. One of them's Adair Smith who comes back in. And the other one is Alice Gash. Throw in by the Knights. Defended by Dolan. Off the header, it's Dabson. Just get control of it fully. Couldn't get it as it kicked away. Now it's the Knights working it back towards, crossing towards the middle of the field. That pass overshot the Knight who was trying to go on the run. It was Martin, and now stuck in the corner of the Knights are Dolan. Gonna get back there, just try and get it out. It's the ground twice, and that one's just kicked away. I think a whistle did blow on that play.
Drew Martin for the Knights, definitely a standout player for me so far. Getting that goal off, but it was offsides. She definitely is one of the players that stepped up for the Knights.
Sidney Mitchell subbing back in. Kate Dabson comes off. Here's McMillan trying to go up to Dolan, it looked like, but it went past her and right out of bounds. There's Martin sending it backwards. However, Chelsea Taylor there with some pressure. Let's bring it back towards the bottom, though. Taylor still keeping the pressure up. Finally some space to try and clear it back down, but it's sent right back by Yazo. Taylor with a contest, didn't win it. Yazo with a touch, and a foul called. I think that was on number 22, Alexa Ibarra. This one's Wilson. Wilson sends that one towards the goal. It's collected by Goodman. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell to Dolan. Dolan to McMillan. McMillan to trying to go to Mitchell. Has deflected and sent back the other way, but it goes right to Subtle. Subtle to Yazo. Yazo back to McMillan. McMillan up ahead to Dolan. Dolan trying to go to Taylor. Taylor not there to receive it. It's sent to Goodman. Trying to find the open man and does.
McMillan and Dolan keeping it alive in that corner.
Now it's just Wilson going to Taylor. Taylor back to Mitchell. Now to Wilson. Wilson back towards the middle of the field, had it deflected, and it goes right to Goodman, deflected off a Knight, I believe. Sent all the way back to Nakwachi, who knocks it out of bounds. Time dwindling in the first, under 5 minutes. It's Graham who gets it out to Nakwacha. Nakwacha just going to go back to Graham. Graham to McMillan. McMillan got around one defender. Now passes it away. Was looking for Sidney Mitchell. Ends up at the feet of Grace Wilson, who does get it to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to work it upfield to Cook. Cook couldn't get there, and now it's headed back the other way. Nicely deflected by Mia Mitchell. This one's Nakwacha. Kicks it back to Graham. Graham to McMillan. Try to go to Mitchell. Well defended. It's Ibarra. Down low to Reese. Reese got by one defender. Graham just going to come up and grab that one before it gets any closer. Nice with some good control now. Now a shot towards Graham. Like when she just collects. Back to back. Failed shot attempts by Reese.
Yeah, Reese just going for those opportunities in the last couple minutes.
Bad punt off Graham's foot. Doesn't get much ground. Went off the side of her foot. It's trying to keep this field control locked down. There's a good play by Mia Mitchell. Jumping in there, well defended. Nice move. To shed one defender goes to Sidney Mitchell. And Sidney Mitchell now working. Gonna go to Yazo. Yazo down low to McMillan. The stop to get that pass has it knocked out of bounds. Off the foot of a Knight player, Dabson. We'll sub back in for Sidney Mitchell.
Back in the game for the Spartans, number 14, Kate Dasson.
McMillan to Dabson. Dabson to Yazo. Yazo tried to go up to Dallin. The pass off target goes out of bounds. Minute and a half left. I wonder where Yazo's head does get the nice touch. Work back towards the middle of the field. It's sent back. This is Nakwacha now, though. Goes to Yazo. Right at midfield. Yazo to Wilson, who tried to go to Cook. That's well defended. Goes back to Settle as it passed by over ahead. And now it's Reese setting up a run for the Knights here. Well defended by Settle. Gets it out to Grace Wilson. Trying to go up ahead to Cook, but the pass goes out of bounds.
But even fight here this first quarter. Not really any team getting any goals, but a lot of good looks though.
Nakwacha to Dallin. It gets by Dallin. Knights taking it back the other way. That pass goes out of bounds. Pass from Eliza Fogarty. Spartans trying to work it back. It was Wilson. There goes the buzzer, and that will end the first half. So not much offensively. Knights do get 1 goal, but have it called back due to an offside call. We'll head to halftime with a 0-0 score. Be ready for the second half when we get back right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end.
Welcome back to McDaniel Stadium. Halftime just about up here. A 0-0 first half here. Not much offense going. A couple of runs for either team. Closest anybody got was Pace with a goal that was called back due to offsides. Other team just trying to get some synergy offensively. It seems that kind of been lacking. Originally, first few minutes, it was pretty much all Spartans in terms of control of the ball and the field. And then as the half continued, Pace kind of flipped that scale.
Definitely, you could tell how the Knights picked up at intensity at one point. After that offsides goal, and one of the players, I tell Drew Martin, definitely stepping up for the Knights. But nobody really able to get a goal so far. We'll see what happens in the second half.
Second half kicks off. I want to make a quick announcement for senior night. All senior parents in the stands, please, with about 10 minutes left in the half, I will make an announcement. Don't worry, I'll remind you. With about 10 minutes left in the half, you're going to be heading down and making your way towards the gate onto the track. Down to the right, heading towards the concession stand.
Just about set to get this one back underway.
All senior parents to head that way. Thank you.
Teams set to retake the field momentarily. Pace. Field has flipped. Pace going left to right. This time around, Spartans going right to left. Just waiting for the Spartans to retake the field here before we get set back underway. Spartans back on the field. Just waiting on the okay. And there it is. And we're back underway here in the second half. Pace getting first possession this time around. Barnes already challenging. It's Dabson. And gets it away to Mitchell. Mitchell looks like she's about to pass it to Wilson. Having pressure applied, just going to work it back to Yazo. Yazo. Going to go to Wilson. Wilson trying to go middle of the field to Dabson. Defender there. It's going to go back to Suttle, who's going to go cross field to McMillan. McMillan gets it, bringing it up to Baston, who's come back into the game. And then it's trying to go to Cook. Too many defenders. Cook does eventually get control of it. No real help down there. And it's going to go out, I think, last off a Pace touch, and it does. Cook going right back with a throw into Sim. It goes right by Sim, however. It's cleared away. Yazo comes in charging. Stops and gets it back, goes to Wilson. Wilson to Sim, out to Cook. Cook with a fire on the goal. This one not going to slice far enough, however. It's wide to the right.
So she was looking for that little curve there. Definitely had a couple good passes by the Spartans before that.
Yazo to Sim. This one's kicked back out. It's Suttle. Graham goes by Yazo. Now it's the Knights sprint back the other way. Here's Martin with a shot. Easy save for Graham. Went right to her.
Martin definitely had the space to put a little more power on that one. You could tell she was looking for.
Kind of came up short on that one. Just a weak shot. Had no air on it. It's Nakwacha. Gonna go back to Graham. Graham looking, goes back to Nakwacha. Up ahead to, that's Dabson. Dabson to McMillan. McMillan to Mitchell. Now it's Yazo looking for Wilson. Wilson flips it up. Trying to go to Cook, couldn't get there. Now it's the Knights bringing it back down. This way, good deflection there by Mitchell, but it goes right back to a Knight. There's a good defense by Wilson. It was deflected out of bounds. Last touched by, that is number 32, Anna Kate Shelton. Coming back. He's just trying to find any space to try and break through. Spartans haven't given up any yet.
It seems like the Spartans picked up defense, like how the Knights picked up their defense in the last parts of the second half.
Another good defensive play by Yazo. And Shelton overruns it, and it's Dabson there to take control. That goes out off of Dabson's reflection. This is Reese. Got to go with a backwards move. Too much force on it. And it goes out of bounds. There's Wilson with a throw in. Looking for Cook. Cook goes to the turf, and that's going to be a foul.
Yazo with the last couple of defensive plays really good. Being able to stop that man or that woman before she gets a kickoff.
That's the fourth foul Knights have committed on Cook. So
They recognize Cook as the ball handler, one of the ball handlers, and they press on that.
being very physical through the early going. Got some space down towards the goal, but no one really there to try and get a shot on it. Eiston was the closest player, but had two defenders in between her and the ball. There's a punt by Goodman. Long punt. Now past the 40. This is Martin bringing it up. Got it through Nakwacha, but not far enough to where Nakwacha can make play on it. Knights still in possession, though. This one up the field. Trying to step in front is Subtle, and she will. Tries to clear it. Clears it right off her teammate Yazo, who tries to re-clear it. And that goes right off a defender. Still in about the same spot. And that one kicked out off of Kate Dabson's deflection.
Let's talk about these punts by Goodman. That one almost going to the 40 on the other side. A good kicker.
This one, no one sent towards the goal, but an easy save for Graham. Graham just going to boot this one, looking for Cook, the only one there. Good receive on it. Very good receive on it. Got some space off of it, too. Nice touch to Yazo. And Yazo trying to get it back. It'll go back to Cook off a deflection. Cook on the bottom to Wilson. Wilson tried to send it back towards the middle. No one there, though. And sent back the other way by the Knights. It's Reese working. That's Subtle who steps out, tries to clear it. Couldn't get it past Reese. Sends it back. Now it's still in the middle. Now this is Drew Martin, and they're going to call offsides on Martin. She had a shot on the goal, but obviously now you see why. As they flag her second offside called. Both of them have been on Martin.
About this Spartan team, they do a really good job controlling the ball off of these passes. Not making sure it goes anywhere they don't want it to.
And still very good field positioning. Now they work it backwards. Just going to reset all the way back to Goodman. Wow. Shocking reset. They had some good space secured. Here is Wilson. Wilson to, he's trying to go to Cook. A well-defended throw-in. Goodman almost got it too strong of a touch on that. The kick is away. It's to Wilson. Wilson to Dabson. Dabson now trying to flip it to Mitchell. Has it well defended. It's kicked out. Gets by McMillan, and McMillan will just send it back to Graham. And we'll send it up to Mitchell off her touch, trying to go to Dabson. Not close enough. Now it's Reese. Reese going to get it out to Shelton. Shelton try to go back to Reese. Missed the pass. Yazo there. Take it away and send it up the field. Now it's Sim. Sim to Dabson. Dabson. I guess was trying to go to Sim. Way too far in front though.
Nice most of the time being on their side of the field so far. Most of the time in this half.
Subtle sends that one all the way across the field to McMillan. McMillan trying to get there before it goes to the bounce. She does. Cuts it off now, works back towards the middle of the field. Try to go up ahead to Cook. That's well defended. That one well defended by Nakwacha. Goes to Wilson. Wilson to Yazo. Yazo with a nice touch back to Wilson. Wilson trying to clear it out. She can't, but it's Yazo who is there. And with a couple of good moves of footwork, will. Now it's up ahead into the Knights' half of the field. Chasing it down, and they're just going to send it back to Goodman. Is Anschenklaus. And whistle blown. Out of bounds. Be a throw in for Campbell.
Lucy Yazo, amazing ball handler. When you think she's going to lose the ball, she finds a way to keep it alive for her team.
Here's Yazo. Oh, trying to go to Sim. Too far out in front. Dabson off a touch. Yazo pops this one up. No one there will just be taken by Goodman. And Goodman just going to boot this one right back down. Go to Subtle. Strong header for Subtle. That header went like 25 yards.
Like she didn't even jump up.
No, she just stood there.
Deflected. Oh my God.
Now it's Dabson with some space and a run. Perhaps a shot on goal. 3 defenders couldn't come up with one. She goes down. She's slow to get up. She's still down. Finally gets up. Play still going on. Knights looking down the other way. It's Reese with a run now. The Quats are trying to meet her there in the corner. Reese sends it right to Graham. Well defended.
Reese and Martin definitely providing the most space for the Knights this evening.
Sent out of the back line. Be a kick from the box. Be Goodman just to presume boot this one away. Deflected by Mitchell. Trying to keep some pressure established. Couldn't come up with the ball though. Knights just clear this one all the way back to the Spartans half of the field. Now it's taken away. Subtle there, just going to punt that one away. Out of bounds. There's Yazo now. Trying to find either Cook or Byston. That's just going to go out of bounds. Still no score here. Goodman and a whistle blown. I'm going to tell her to redo the kick. Oh, it's done right. Now Knight's slowly going to work their way up. That's Shelton who gets by Sim. Not going to get past Yazo though. Good play. Yazo trying to keep the pressure up now. Some good moves.
God.
Oh, tried to go down. That's Cook. Cook got turned around. Got confused. Thought Yazo was going to try and go to the corner. She went to the middle instead, and a miscommunication. Loses another run.
Kyrie Irving moment there.
Some very nice moves. Ahead, this is Reese. Reese trying to send it back towards the middle. Now this is Shelton. Shelton just trying to collect it. That one a shot. It's deflected. I couldn't tell if it was Nakwacha McMillan. But still, that was Drew Martin who had the goal earlier that was called back there offsides. Trying to get up a good shot there. Had it deflected. It will be set up, however, for it's a throw-in, I believe, right? It will be a throw-in. Or excuse me, a corner. Well, first corner of the game. Lights are set up here. Barnes clearing the box closer to the goal. Kicks away. It's high out. This one's popped up. Sent right back to the kicker, Fogarty. Kicked all the way out. Knight's still in primary possession here. And it's Byston there with a good touch to send it back. Has to go out of bounds. I'll just reset everything. Sub for the Knights, the first of the half for either team. Sent up by Wilson. Now it's Yazo there with a header. Going to go to Dabson. Dabson is going to flick it up. Trying to go to Cook. Cook working. It's Sim just going to touch it to Cook. Cook working up the field. There's Wilson. Spartans have a little bit of a run going. Wilson sets it back towards the middle. Wilson looking for Mitchell. Mitchell to Dabson. Dabson out to Cook. Cook looked like she was about to try and take a strike, but just sends it back out to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to go to Wilson, way too far in front. Ah, like they had a run going. Couldn't finish it.
So Cook didn't really want to rush anything. Trying to find who was close to the goal.
She looked like she was debating trying to find somebody close or just take a strike from where she was at. She was at right about the 20-yard marker. Hesitated a few times before just passing that one back. This one up to, gets by Dabson. It's Shelton with a weak touch, but it gets by. Trying to go up to Martin, and it one gets away. Graham just going to come up, pick that one up. I'm going to boot this one. Up ahead, Cook is there. Couldn't really get a good catch off her leg. It's sent back towards Goodson. He's just going to kick this one away. Someone's trying to keep the pressure on. It's Bison who puts some pressure on. Can't really come up with possession, though. That one sent. It's deflected by Yazo. Good defense. She goes to Bison. Bison to Mitchell. And again, well defended. Set it up for, looking for Shelton. Wilson there. A whistle blown. Clean defense out to Nukwacha. Now to McMillan. McMillan just going to send it back to Graham. Graham to Yazo. Yazo to Wilson. Wilson looking for Cook. And Dabson there off the deflection. Malchin-Klaus. And just going to clear this one away all the way back to Goodson. Just going to send it down to Addison Brooks. Back to Goodson. Now across top side. Aston closing. Going to get there. And whistle blows, it goes out of bounds. Spartans will have a throw-in. About halfway through the second half, still very little offense. Even with the, goes further beyond the scoreboard, just a lack of overall synergy for both teams. Very good defense being played.
Kind of looks like both teams are just comfortable with each other, not scoring.
Some subs for both teams.
But definitely one goal for either team will pick up the intensity for the other team.
Aiden Bosick and Chelsea Taylor both sub in. It was Byston and Sim, I believe, who went out. Graham to Nukwacha to Yazo on the bottom to Subtle. Subtle to Wilson, right back to Subtle. Subtle to Nukwacha. Was looking up ahead maybe for Taylor, had it deflected though. Now Knights, some very good passes here. This one in the middle of the field, Cook trying to get there for a deflection, not going to. It's Reese. Crosses it back over, sends it to the middle of the field. It's Martin. Tries to take a shot. Nukwacha there with the deflect. Good touch by Dabson to go to Mitchell. Mitchell bringing it up. Gonna fire it up ahead to, that's Bosick. Couldn't come up with it though. Knights working back the other way. Martin again. It goes to Wilson who tries to punt it away. Short punt, Mitchell there, and just gonna clear it up ahead.
Second good defensive look by Nukwacha. Second block, shot, or attempted shot.
Now Pace very close to the goal. Nice save by Graham.
It's an amazing save.
That was a very in-close save, and somebody's down for the Spartans. Looks like Brooke Subtle. Who is down. She'll get some medical attention. Almost down to one of the Spartans' best defenders. Two-sport athlete, not even a good soccer player, but one heck of a basketball player. One region player of the year in back-to-back years. Committed to play University of Pennsylvania. Who's now down, looks to be a right leg injury of some sort. or the left leg. Can't tell which. It's a lower body injury for sure. Subtle is up. And she'll get assisted off the field. Kaylin Bohm will check in for her. And another sub was Hannah O'Hegarty as well, has come in for Grace Wilson. So very slowly, will Subtle be assisted off the field. This doesn't look good. Subtle, the assistant has made it off the field, so we're ready to get back going again. Hope she ends up okay. All right, just giving the whistle. Get back to action. Graham rolls it out to, that is Nakwacha. Go to O'Hegarty, right back to Nakwacha. Nakwacha with the move, trying to go back to O'Hegarty. Couldn't get it there. Pace Knight goes down. Nakwacha up ahead to Mia Mitchell. Mitchell back, another one shot at the goal. Right to Graham again. She's had a couple of those good saves tonight. Graham with a boot this one downfield. Taylor, the closest one there. She can't get it. Sent back the other way. Now it's Mitchell up there with a good move. Mitchell crosses it back now. Try to send it up to Yazo. So trying to go to Bosick. Knights have it working back. Here's Dabson. Dabson to Yazo. Yazo to McMillan. McMillan to... Having a little bit of a run going down there. Cook was closest one there. It's kicked out of bounds.
Good job by 41 recognizing the run and killing the play. 41.
That's Reese.
Reese.
There's McMillan. This one hit high. Cook there trying. Closest Spartan player. It's kicked out right back to McMillan. McMillan now with some space. Got a couple decisions to make, but time closing fast. She's boxed out. Now it's kicked back out.
McMillan, some... It's going to be kicked in by the Knight. It'll be number 21, Harper Achinklas. Yazo tried to go for the header, gets it to Dabson. Dabson gets it to Cook. Cook fighting her way, but she tripped over. It's like the play is still going. Looked like a foul. And Yazo's going to have it. It's going to be taken away by the Knight. And it's a nice ball, it looks like. Now Deer Smith, throw it in. I'll be Alex Sabira. All right, way over. Martin. It's like she's called offsides. A lot of offsides looked by Martin today. That'll be the Spartans' ball. Have Avery Graham kick it in for the Spartans. And received by Taylor. He kicks it up.
Thank you, Caleb. Sorry, I had a little issue to take care of there. This is up ahead. This is Martin. Tried to have a shot there. Keelan Bohm, the defensive play, and it ends up working out as that one's kicked out of bounds.
So Martin wanted to get to that one a little faster before the person got it.
It's McMillan off of the throw in to Taylor. Taylor to Bohm. Bohm falls down. No whistle given. It's to, this one a strike, but it's going to go right to Graham. Just bounces that one on the ground. Not a good save for her.
Oh, the goal by Reese.
Finally, I think for real this time, a goal has been scored as Reese puts that one into the back of the net, and the Knights go up 1-0.
The way she got rid of that defender with the stop and was able to punt it in with a lot of momentum. Maybe a senior, or the freshman actually, Maya Reese.
So pace now has jumped on top here, more than halfway through the second half. And Spartans with limited time to try and work their way back. Wouldn't expect to see the aggression ramped up here from the Spartans offensively, at least. They're already pushing the attack more. Pace still trying to get it by. There's Bohm there, try and kick it away. O'Hegarty there as well. Might set up with another run here. It's kicked away out. Last touch by Bosick.
Spartans offense kind of sloppy so far on these last couple of minutes.
It's going to be set up with another corner here. Only the second of the game for either team. Both them in by Pace. Kick coming towards the middle, and it's kicked away. That was O'Hegarty who got it cleared away. No one there to further push the attack once it's clear. That one's deflected by Bohm. That one sent over McMillan's head. McMillan, and an offside flag going to be thrown. I believe it's going to be on Drew Martin again. That's her third time getting flagged. Here's Dabson. Dabson to Bosick. Bosick to Nakwacha. Now to Bohm, and Bohm just going to kick it back to Graham. Graham gonna kick this one up, looking for Dabson. It goes over her and the defender's head. It's Taylor now working, and a whistle gonna be blown on Taylor.
Spartans want a goal off. I mean, 11 minutes left to go. They definitely have to pick up intensity. Our offense have to be more. Offense and defense have to be better.
This one a kick from pretty much midfield all the way down. It gets away and gets to Graham, but she's able to stop that one. This one booted, looking for Taylor again. That's over Taylor's head and deflected. Now Bosick up top of the screen. Gets by her. Knights have been playing pretty good defense all game. Don't think you're going to let that up now with basically 10 minutes to go here and up only one score. This is O'Hegarty trying to get possession. Can't get it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, parents and family members that will be walking with your senior, please go ahead and make your way down to the gate towards the concession stand and that the balloon arch. Thank you.
That one out of bounds off the touch of a Campbell player. Two subs coming for the Spartans, both Madeline Pierce and Maya Dolan. Next stoppage is soon. Those two check into the game. Bringing up the field, it's Martin again. Martin gonna go down. All stuck between her legs. It goes out, it's O'Hegarty. No whistle blown. O'Hegarty bringing it back up. Going up looking for Bosick. Bosick. This has been probably the best setup the Spartans have been for a run all night. Bosick tried to go to Taylor and missed. Kicked out of bounds. Spartans still keep the good field position.
Definitely want to keep this position of the field. Only 9 minutes left. Gonna get a goal off.
Will come in. It'll be Kaylin Bohm and Bosick who go out. Substitution for Pace as well. That's Yazo. Yazo to Dabson. Dabson tried to go to Taylor. It's cut off. And Dabson tried to cut it back off, but couldn't get there. It's the Knights. McMillan trying to put pressure on defense and get around her. It's Mitchell trying to clear it out to Pierce. Couldn't get it. It's sent top of the screen. It's Dabson just going to clear this one away. This one's going to get out of bounds before anyone can get to it. Pace throw in, they just go short to Ibarra. Now it's Taylor, way too much power trying to go to Pierce. I don't think anybody's going to get there before that goes out of bounds. And then it just coasts out. It's going to be a Pace throw in from deep on their own half of the field. Playing up close on this throw-in. So Hegarty there. Makes first contact. Goes to Cook. Cook working it down. Pierce trying to get there. Couple touches by Pace. Get it further and further away. Taylor there. And this one's finally cleared away. Dabson flips to O'Hegarty. O'Hegarty to Yazo. Yazo back to Dabson. And looking, it's Cook. Cook just going to fire this one. Wade on the field, nobody there. Goodman just going to come over there, collect it.
Knights showing dominance in the second half offensively and defensively. The Spartans kind of falling off offensively.
Haggerty went to the ground, no whistle blown. 6 minutes left now. That one's hit. That one's in a good spot for someone to get there. It's going to be Maya Dahlin. Gets it by one defender. Dahlin bringing it up the bottom of the screen now. Dahlin got to get it out quick. Tried to cut back on a move. Still has possession of it. Shoots it towards the middle of the field. And well defended. McMillan there with a touch goes to Yazo. Yazo has it taken away though. And she might be hurt. And yeah, that was offsides by a good 5 yards. And Yazo's down. She springs back up. And will be the one who's subbed out. Sydney Mitchell will come in. Five and a half minutes left. Abson going to kick it. Kick. First contact by a Knight. This is O'Hegarty going to get there. O'Hegarty looking down for Taylor. This is Sydney Mitchell back to O'Hegarty. O'Hegarty to Pierce. Back to O'Hegarty. This one's sent far ways up the field by the Knights. It's Reese. Just trying to find some space. Looks back towards the middle to Ibarra. Now to the bottom. Now, Knights get it by. McMillan trying to get there quickly. Well, just going to let it stroll out, as a matter of fact. I'm going to throw it one back in. It's to Dahlin. Dahlin flips it up. No one there to receive the flip. Taylor's trying to close in and get there, though, and Taylor will get there. Taylor with possession. Try to go back to the middle of the field, but deflected and knocked out of bounds. Good field position, though, for Campbell.
Definitely a good break there for Taylor.
McMillan going to be the one to throw it in. Caleb Bohm checks back in. Can't tell who went out. It'll be Dahlin who goes out. So McMillan will throw it in. Throw in goes short to Pierce. And we'll set it up again. It's kicked right back out of bounds. Owen sets up. It's Sydney Mitchell. Got past one defender, but couldn't get by the second. Somewhat cleared out. And Knights taking space back rapidly from the Spartans. They work it back down. It's O'Hegarty trying to go to Cook. Bottom of the screen. Now it's McMillan. Gonna go to Bohm. Back to McMillan. And McMillan has it taken away by Reese. And that one going to go to Martin off her foot. Good slight touch, but it's O'Hegarty just going to clear it and get it to Graham. It's a good touch by Cook. Now this one sent. McMillan trying to get there. She's got a couple steps. McMillan trying to clear it back to the middle of the field, but the good defense of Pace is kept up. That one was Addison Brooks. She kicks it out of bounds. This one going to be a throw-in.
Pace just pushing the Spartans back. We have a good opportunity in this position right here, though.
They've been very physical defensively out this entire game. McMillan gonna go to Taylor, trying to get it back to McMillan. And in the corner, out of bounds. It's gonna be a kick from the box. be a corner instead. A real opportunity here under 2 minutes. Here's Cook. Sets it up, fires towards the goal. Couldn't get it on target. It lands on the top of the net. This one going to be kicked away over Cook's head. Quick sub for the Knights. Probably their last of the game. This one sent up the field. Dabson off of her foot. Keeps it going in the wrong direction. Now Knights with a run now. And well saved by Graham. Alice Gash, who was on the run there.
Great save by Graham. Lucky she didn't get a little more momentum on that kick.
A couple of headers. This is Reese. Touched by Bohm to get that one away. It'll go out. That'll be a corner. That's probably going to do it. There's only 30 seconds left. And by the time they tee this corner up, it's going to be game over. Under 10 seconds. Imagine Knights taking their time. Here's the kick. It's short. And almost off the back of somebody's foot and into the goal. Goes out no matter. That'll end this one. Final score 1-0. Pace winning in a very defense-heavy matchup. They take this one off a second-half goal by Drew Martin. They rise to a record of 8-2-1. Spartans fall to 6-3-1. Not a region game. Doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but you'd like to have this one on senior night, as you do every year. But once again, that's going to be all for the girls' game tonight. Boys' game's coming up right next, so stick around for that. But for now, that's going to be all from the Spartan Sports Network. I'm Nicholas Colazo, joined by Caleb Curry, and we're signing off.
Peace.